Certified Coder checking in, certified coder checking in. This is Tank. We're here today at the BiZ9 Framework class. Today is October 30th. It is now 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here today going live discussing the BiZ9 Framework. What is the BiZ9 Framework? The BiZ9 Framework is a set of tools that can make your application more efficient. It's every developer's dream to build a middleware application. Somewhere where in the middle, you're handling both things on the client and you're handling all the energy on the server. The middle tier is where all the business logic and things like that transpire. So the BiZ9 Framework is a middle tier system that can handle and maintain client-side data and business logic, as well as server-side data and business logic. And I'm here today to share to you what tools that I use to build more efficient application. Because 10 years ago, when I left corporate America, what was popular, it was the websites, web applications. That was what it was. Internet just popped out, was really getting more and more faster. We're talking about it is 2022, so we're talking about 2016, 2015-ish. When I was last in corporate America, I worked at jobs such as United Postal Service as a software engineer. I worked at a company called Colonial Pipeline, which is the largest gasoline distributor on the East Coast. I worked at Home Depot. I worked at different data company, different emailing system companies. These were all the different companies I worked for in corporate America. And at the time, those companies were heavily involved with Windows systems. Why? Because everybody knows Windows. Windows is built by Microsoft, and it's a desktop-based language or a desktop system. Why? Because you're using your desktop to do different business functions such as typing, browsing the internet, sending an email. These are what desktop systems are used for. And the most popular desktop on the planet right now, and probably it's always been, is Windows. Why? Because Windows have a monopoly over the entire system. They put this practice, instill this system long time ago, to where every computer hardware company will get discounts based on using their operating system. You could not use any other player. And at the time, 20 years, 30 years ago, there was other desktop systems such as Novell was one. Novell is, they were from IBM, I believe. That was one. Another player that's always been around was Linux. And today, these tools I'm gonna be mainly discussing are built and used by Linux. And 30 years ago, Linux was not pretty. It was ugly. But as of the last 20 years, it's gotten more efficient and it's a lot better. So let's keep on going on with the class. We have a couple minutes left. And they'll let everybody know that the BiZ9 Framework classes will be only held in 6-minute durations, right? People's attention span is short. People can't keep the attention span past 12 seconds. An amount of information people can withhold at one time is getting shorter and shorter. Why? Because this is the digital age. This is 5G technology, and things have been sped up. And that's all good and great, but you have to adapt and adjust to the times. What has happened in the past 2 years? With COVID, things such as Zoom has become more popular, and other applications such as Canva has become more popular. But all that COVID did was force old people to get on the computer. This is a fact. So when it's done like that and the whole planet making adjustments, this is somebody up top or somewhere making this decision happen. Whatever was for good or for bad, COVID, one thing for certain, many of us start using the computer more and more. So we're here today, but a lot of us grew up in the Windows environment, meaning that we were familiar with Microsoft. Let's go through the Microsoft versions. It was Windows 3.1, Windows 95, Windows XP. I think Windows Vista was out, and then it went up to Windows Millennium, and then I think it's at Windows 7. I believe that's where it's at now. Me, myself, I do not like using Windows. It is the worst operating system, and it's really designed to confuse you or teach you how the computer is and what it should be. So it's really framing your way of how you use a computer. But that's only one perspective on how to use a computer. As a developer, I was really, really good. I'm Tank, I'm from Planet 9, and I'm here to show people how to code. But in my Windows journey as a developer, I saw limitations. I saw things that wasn't efficient. I was confused quite often, right? And this is what was happening. I was like, man, this isn't it. When I got exposed to Linux, my eyes opened up. I was like, whoa, this is a different way of coding because you're able to see the flow of your data. And what do you mean by the flow of your data? You want to see exactly what's happening. If you, for example, a vehicle or car, we all know the old school vehicles and the new school vehicles. Old school vehicles, a mechanic will tell you, you can see exactly where the gasoline on that car is traveling, where it's put into your tank, and how it travels all through your engine. As a young boy, many of us was taught by our fathers to learn about how a car engine works, because you can see step by step on what's what in the engine. But these new school cars, what has happened? It is harder for you to know what is going on. You don't know where the alternator is at. You don't know where the brakes are. You don't know how to change the transmission, where the oil is. They just made the car more compartmentalized to where they can produce more of them at a better price and make a better profit. This is what we call, nature. Because nature, what nature's always doing, making itself more efficient. It's cutting out all the fat, all the bullshit fades away, brushes off to the side. And what's there in truth is going to stand strong and live through the times. So things like Linux now, because of during the years, it is still here. Linux is powering all your big computer systems, a lot of your banks, a lot of your defense system, government systems. It has been around as the backbone to the planet in many cases. This is the Linux operating system. Android, which many of us have on our handheld device, is built using Linux. So these are all the tools that's using Linux. We went over our time today. Make sure everybody check in day to day. Please sign up at the BoSS AppZ class now, where I can show you how to be a better developer, a more efficient developer, and build your own tools. Because remember, Windows is confusing you. It is designed to make you stupid. If you like being, well, I'm not going to say that. If you like making things simple, okay, continue to use Windows. But if you're looking to become more advanced and be able to be more productive, let's move over to Linux. And you need help getting your Linux environment set up, hit me up. I can assist you step by step on exactly what to do, become more of a better developer to where you can be building your own applications and deploying your own apps, however, building your own systems. Boom. So that's where we're at. Remember, the website is bossapps.com. I'm Tank, aka Brandon Poole Senior, application developer. I got a whole lot of years of experience, and I'm here to teach you a more efficient way, a better way of being a developer and taking your company from A to a billion. So we're here, and that's what we're going to do. So this Tank now signing out. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.